ELREEFE and the family. I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, let.
Another Sunday, back on the show again. Man, it's been a rough week, man. It's been a rough week for us. I hope y'all can hear me out there. We finna go ahead and get started with the show. I got OG Capone. I got Uncle Slurwin.
Oh my God! There it go again. There it go.
I messed up his name again. Oh man.
OG. We're gonna have to get him right, man.
I know, man. Get me right.
Win it back. Sell win. Just destroyed my
name. We'll say Mr. Uncle Jones. We'll just say Jones then. We'll say
man,
Jones.
I like that.
We'll go ahead and fix it up. We got Senior Ambassador Strong in the building. We got DJ Bigger and we got Lady Ann without White Chocolate. But we still got the podcast show. We got the panel. And we finna get it started. OG.
What's up with y'all, man? Yeah, what's up?
Hey, we had a discussion, you know what I'm saying? You was telling me on the phone about we talked to Mr. Jones over there, we talked to Miss Ann, and you know what I'm saying? We got some things to cover today, so I know you want to jump right into it, so let's jump on into
it. Okay, hold on.
And while we get this stuff together, you know what I'm saying?
We need to call OG Goldmouth. That's what I'm going to hear.
But like I say, yeah, we just want to get, tap in with Mr. Jones, you know what I'm saying, about what he got going on, in the pain and suffering that they had endured over the couple of years that, they went through that, the tribe and children, with their free, and basically, you know what I'm saying, let him tell the story and what he got going on,
Okay.
Pretty simple, everyone. For those that don't know, I am Uncle Selwyn. I'd be the uncle of the late George Floyd. And my story starts back in 1966 when I was born to a sharecropper and his lovely wife, which happens to be my beautiful mother, Lauren Jones, rest in peace, in heaven. And we grew up in rural North Carolina, man, where a black man is still a boy. We grew up putting in tobacco, picking cotton, doing all the things that people did back in those years and times in life. And, and we gravitated to the real world by playing football. Athletics is the universal language. If you can play or if you have a good education, you extend yourself. And I always say you wake up every day with two things, a chance and a choice. So if you make good choices, you'll have better chances. And I came out to South Dakota. I was a vacuum cleaner salesman, OG Capone. So I can flow, buddy. I can flow. And, we bought a motel and I decided to see how much I wanted it. And after growing up in a marginalized family, growing up in that marginalized way and me working my butt off to actually accomplish some things, I just honestly thought, hey, man, you know what? Let's get this motel. I can redo it myself. I've got a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old, and that was incentive to do it for them. And we did it, man. We got it complete, got it finished, got it opened, and we opened it in July. No, we opened it January 1st of 2000. And 5 months later, we went from being a proud dad watching his then 4-year-old ride a go-kart around the parking lot as if it was a racetrack, to waking up one day and having my life change, just completely having my life changed. I saw Ahmaud Arbery, I saw Breonna Taylor, and I was angrier than hell. I was wondering when these atrocities and when are these tragedies going to stop. And little did I know I would be affected. 3 months later, I wake up, get my kids ready for school. This is during COVID, so everybody was home. And I walk in, and never forget this, 7:30 in the morning. I walk in, I sit down. My mother-in-law was standing at the door. My wife was sitting down, and it looked like they both lost their best friends. But I was in the house, and and I looked at them, and I immediately focused on the television, and I saw this young man getting absolutely dominated by power and control, excessive force, an overstatement of aggression, taking advantage of the uniform they were wearing. And I'm thinking, wow, why don't they leave him alone? I'm madder than heck. I'm standing there, and I hear him holler, "Help me, Mr. Officer, stop, Mr. Officer." And I'm hearing him holler all of these things. And I figure about 2 minutes into that display of just total control and domination, power and control, my sister called me and she's like, "Did you see what they did?" And I sat back and I did what everybody else did that particular morning. When you saw that video, you knew that this guy was not going to live. And I literally sat and watched my nephew die along with 8.5 billion other people. And that propelled me into activism. That propelled me into raising the names of people that have been affected by police brutality that wasn't my nephew, and being able to shout their names from the highest mountain on a continuous basis. So I tell people all the time, I don't fight for George. I fight for the people that are George that wasn't George. Those people that didn't have a name. Those people that nobody even cared about. As we were talking earlier on a conversation, it might have been earlier today or yesterday. When's the last time we heard of Sonia Massey? When's the last time we heard of Dexter Reed Jr.? When's the last time we heard of Tyrese Nichols? You have about a week to 6 week span till nobody talks about it. When's the last time we heard about Ross Prison? When it first happened with Mr. Brooks, heck, I didn't find out about it until 2 weeks ago. And now everything's dying down a little bit. Well, that's where Uncle Selwyn and Justice 929 with OG Capone and all these beautiful faces up here, we are not going to let it die down. We are going to keep hollering. We're going to keep marching. We're going to keep protesting. We are going to do something so these people do not go by the wayside. So that's a little bit about what Uncle Selwyn does, man. Advocate. I'm a public speaker. I'm a good-looking rascal. I can't leave that out, But all I'm trying to do, man, is take something that I didn't want and make it into an opportunity to have other people's lives changed.
Right. That's beautiful. So I know the questions. I know we got people that want to come in the show. For everybody that's watching, we got a lot of people. The traffic is starting to come in because people are interested in what we got going on today. So I want you to know that that's beautiful, and we want to keep this going. I want to open up to anybody that got any questions so far on what we've been talking about and discussing.
Yeah, this is Ambassador Strong. I just wanted to ask, I'm hearing in your story that why you took up the torch, why you decided to stand for something when enough was enough. And I think that it's important to focus on that because that's going to be the pin that ties us all together. We're going to all have to find a why.
Why not?
I need to stand up. I need to do something. It's not just affecting me because somebody close to me passed. It's affecting me because I can see myself in that individual, because that person is being killed simply because they look like me. It's not about what they did or where they came from, because that's the quick smear campaigns that follow that want to say what type of person you were. That explains why it was okay for you to be murdered or executed live stream. They try to do damage control before the body is cold. And this is where we're all needed at. This is where it's important to understand that we have to stand for justice and equality. And there shouldn't be a black issue in this country. There shouldn't be a white issue. And we have, like Dr. King's, and I know I'm jumping a little bit, but Dr. King, the day to honor Dr. King is coming about. Mm-hmm. And knowing who this brother was and who he served, who his master was, the things that he was obedient to and trying to accomplish. I think the only true way to honor this brother, this disciple, is to continue his work, not to idolize a man, but understand the importance of his journey, his answering of the call. We miss the ball and focus on the wrong things a lot. And I ain't saying that this was happening. I'm just saying, as far as just to everybody listening, to understand our why we're in this fight. How many times do we want to turn on the TV and see somebody else's baby dying on television? How many times do we want to turn around and see somebody going to jail, like in Florida, they passed the law now, it's against the law to be homeless. It's like we turn the eye on our people. Like, this was my neighbor. They got evicted. They're on the street. Now they're less than human. I need them gone. They're bringing down the property value. I was just eating dinner with this guy 2 months ago, but now he's on hard look. I look at him different. This is the attitude the country carries. We have immigrants pouring into this country, and I sit and I watch the videos of people that look like me talking about how we don't want them in our neighborhood, how they're going to bring down the value, their animals, their this, their that. But then I turn on during this history month and I see another incident that looked just like that. When other people were in communities saying how they didn't want people there because they would bring down the value and they were animals, and it's funny that we envelop that same mentality. And it leads to the division and the defeat of us. We have no more spiritual morality. And I'm gonna let this mic go for a second. I got to get off here for one second.
There's a lack of empathy in this world, and I always go back to my favorite era of destruction, because I saw it, was between 1985 and 1995. There was a bunch of comments about how certain people influenced people that look like us to kill each other, to poison each other. And everybody disputed that. Well, we now obviously know that we paid for a war through the death of people that look like us. They put poison in the neighborhood, crack, and they used the poverty level for people that look like us to destroy people like us. And that destroyed a whole generation of thinkers, because we were controlled by a certain drug that people profited on. And they profited on the destructions of us, our people. So, you know, man, we've been behind the 8 ball forever. We've been behind the 8 ball since 1700, you know, and to have those atrocities that still go on today, right, is absolutely tragic to me, to just think that we have programmed people to destroy people, races, and groups for their own selfishness. Because that's what I see. You know, I live out here in South Dakota, and we have reservations, Native American reservations. And on the Native American reservations, there's a 74% recidivism rate. Then there's a 37% graduation rate. And 1 out of every 3 people are addicted to alcohol or methamphetamines, which is agent number 1 here in South Dakota. Well, we're trying to create a reentry program so we can educate them before they get back, because reality is birds of a feather flock together. If you go back to where the problem was, what's that happening? There's still a problem. But we have to educate people about financial literacy, about mental health issues we get criminalized about. They criminalize mental health issues. You know how many people have died because they were having a mental health issue? And if you're high, if you're drunk, to me, that's a mental health issue, because that's something that a lot of people have to wake up and have and can't control. So we could talk about all these things, and we could spin off of forever, man. But all I know is this: we as a people, the fighters, the warriors, have to stay together to create these programs, to create these opportunities, these events, so people can hear our impactful voices, so people can see and hear. Because let it be known, brother, eagles don't fly with crows. Eagles don't fly with pigeons, because pigeons don't leave. They shit on everything. Well, we need to bring people up out of that pigeon mentality and lift them up. And we have to motivate, educate, and sometimes you got to irritate some people. And we definitely have to educate people on life, because how many people do we really know that don't know how to balance a checkbook? How many people that we know that don't know how to get their credit, at a certain rate? And, we being Black people, hell, a lot of us credit score was messed up when we were 8 years old, 7 years old, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know. So we have to change the pattern and the scope to a lot of these things, man, or else we are going to be worse now than we were then. And think about this. I want, my biggest goal is to fight for that 35. I fight for everybody, but that 35 below, they haven't been programmed. All the little young kids now, they don't know what they're fighting for, a lot of them, but they're full of vigor. They all dress the same. They all listen to music, the same music, which that's another argument, because I think music programs people. Because when we grew up, a lot of us, you never heard about the B's and the H's and gang banging and the gats and all these other good things. So I think there's a subliminal message that go with young people, and they listen at this music, and guess what? I want to be like Snoop Dogg. Hey, I know Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's a cool dude, but would I want my baby to idolize somebody that's been blatantly talking about smoking green for over 30, 40 years? I don't know.
Well, saying, I know that we, saying, it's a lot of things to cover. Again, I got a lot of people trying to get in on the show right now. I'm talking about everybody trying to get in. So if you're watching out there, please leave a comment under the live on Facebook. We live on Facebook. If you got any questions you want to ask, please put them on Facebook so we can get to those questions immediately. You know what I'm saying? We ready to take on anything that you got. This is The Solution Radio. We'll get back to it. Anybody? I think KD was finna come in with something. KD, go ahead.
Hey, everybody, man, family, friends, loved ones. I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You loud.
Okay. I wanted to piggyback on what Strong was saying to a point that it seems to draw the line to what the brother was just saying too, as far as any education value according to change is a proper way and a proper step to go towards reaching any kind of goals in that situation. Re-educating our thought process, understanding the ball, the subliminal messaging, all these kind of things are core values to any goal set when we decide to start a nation. Not just fighting for these people over here. These people, like he said, like you're looking at immigrants come over here and same people that got off the boat. When we got off the boat, got off this boat, said the same thing about us. We don't want them in our community, and we right back doing the same thing. So we have to understand the role reversals according to the brainwash, the subliminal messaging, like we acting like them kind of situations and stuff. We have to recognize that and actually speak on that about us, because the more of us enable them kind of acts, the more we become like those who call themselves brainwashing us. You know, he spoke on the things, the brother spoke on the things about the drugs infesting our communities and brothers that look just like us. Man, the Coin Intel Pro situation been going on way before we was born. I'm only 47 years old in my life, and I say only because that's a good age to be right now in my life, okay?
Hey,
But
man, don't even do that. Don't even do that. You got
you
old
know,
folks. Play that, man.
but you see what I'm saying? No, that Coin Intel Pro situation, they have always put somebody that look exactly like us that'll stand right next to you, but it'll sit you right in the middle of a situation to where you can get shot off in your neck. And then the doctor will kill you at the hospital. So we have to understand how deep this Coin Intel Pro situation has been going on for so very long, even the Black Panthers. I'm pretty sure we're going to have somebody in our midst that's trying to disrupt everything by trying to point out all the negative things that happen according to what we should be taking care of. But this person ain't going to do nothing anyway. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that we need to look for because we know how they move now. Okay, it's a lot of people that support a whole bunch of things that we don't support at all. It's a whole situation and don't understand that it's part of the politics, and you are part of the Coin Intel situation because you support it and don't know. And they run you because they, guess what, governmentally approve your movement. You see what I'm saying? So soon as you mess up, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna run your movement and give it to a whole generation of people that don't even need it. Okay, and then they're gonna make laws. And see, everything you're saying and everything we're talking about, we're the ones voting for the laws and the rules of these things to take place by giving up our rights to these people on a vote process. And then we wonder why we can't go nowhere in the world and Americans are getting kidnapped and this, that, and other, because we're voting for the laws that keep having these people over here in America attack other countries. But don't nobody want to stay over here. Going to keep going to Mexico and the Bahamas and all these places where hostile situations like the movies are happening to us. Not understand that we are voting for this stuff. They bamboozled you, you fucking fool. And they're going to keep bamboozling us. And we're going to keep looking for ways to discredit each other. We're going to keep stepping on each other's toes, trying to figure out which way is the best way to go instead of going with each other in the first place. We have to get over these kind of situations first before we can attack any agenda that has something to do or say about them people. We're the problem. Now let's understand, we taught them how to do it to us too. So now what we gonna do?
That's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. Anybody else? I know that anybody else want to chime in on that?
I want to say something. Not on that subject though. We got a lot of like I say, we got a lot of people saying they're trying to get in. I know Enterprise and Dr. All them guys. You know I know they want to come in and time in on the march that they doing in Memphis on the 20th. You know what I'm saying? So I know they want to time in and talk about that too. You know, so we're gonna allow them an opportunity to talk about this march that they got going on, and give them the privilege to you know, let them share they story on this march. Okay.
Okay, cool beans. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's talk about the march. Let's talk. Who wants to jump in there first for the march? I see Mr. Son Stevenson. I see you nodding down there.
Yeah, how you
What up,
brothers
Big
doing?
Sean?
I'm here. How you brothers, sisters there?
What up, light skin in the house?
Listen to this.
Hey, we blessed, brother. We blessed beyond measure. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we couldn't ask for nothing more. Give us a little insight on this march for MLK Day.
I think the march has a significant meaning due to bringing all these people together. I appreciate the brothers who are locked down, who's participating in the march and getting elected officials involved and bringing awareness to what needs to be brought to the attention of the communities and the governing body. A lot of things have been brought out. I heard the brothers talking about Ross Correctional. That's something that I'm dealing with my mayor now, right here in Columbus, Ohio. And we're working on that, and as well as the thing that's going down in Memphis. It's going to be a big event because it's bringing people together from around the world of different nationalities, and some would normally not get along. They bring in peace, not just
We
to
can't hear
Memphis.
you, brother. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
We can't hear nothing you saying.
I can hear.
No.
I can hear.
I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good, brother?
Yeah,
Keep
you're
going.
good.
Okay,
Continue.
so I think this is beautiful because these brothers had once not got along with each other, and now they together, moving on one accord, bringing to the attention of the people and the powers that be that we will not stand any longer to see our people get mistreated, mishandled, and killed with no repercussions. And I'm not saying we have to be violent. I'm saying we can be peaceful until they bring violence. And what we're trying to prove to the people, how we can come together and police our own communities and protect our people.
Indeed.
Hey, Dr. Stevens, I'm right here in Lima, Ohio with you, brother, and I've been talking to a lot of people about that Ross situation. I've done time out here in Ohio. I gave them 4 years from 2011 to 2015, and a lot of these things was going on in the penitentiary too as well, to
Yes,
the
sir.
point where I had to defend myself on an officer. I think I broke 2 of his fingers and almost choked him out. But we physically trained in where I came up in my era. We did a lot of fighting, so putting your hands on somebody warranted you to get your hand put back on. So that's why they didn't actually go through the case. I did a few days in a hole and things of that nature, and I did it right in the day room. You see what I'm saying? When these people have an opportunity to snatch us behind themselves and put us in them rooms and have 4, 5 brutal officers, hey, I've been through it in Stateville too. I lost time then, but they do us real bad, and I'm a witness to a few situations that I had to step up for in the Ohio penitentiary system, and I'm glad I made it up out of that. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
if you ever want to connect with the big we global communities in unity, with me personally, whatever the situation may be, we put some events together according to the penitentiary situation, because I've been trying to get a new juvenile detention center in Lima the last 3 years too. Anything can help, and I'm here for it in
Yes,
Ohio.
sir. That's good. That's a beautiful thing.
Put y'all do me a favor if y'all exchange information in the private chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll keep that.
I'm doing that now. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to bring that to the light, let them know you got somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay then. I love to see connections made. I love right here on the Solution Radio. So many connections have been made right here on the show.
Listen, and I appreciate the show.
Absolutely.
During that march that's coming down in Memphis, we got Sister Amina. She'll be there, which is Fred Hampton's daughter. We got Fred Hampton Jr., Chairman Fred, Black Panther. We got one of the Latin King leaders. We got a UN ambassador. He and another UN ambassador will be there from the United Nations. We also have End the Violence and a couple of other organizations. I'm part of End the Violence. I'm going to come and bring a couple of people, a couple of my comrades, and the brothers that I've been interacting with who are locked down. They're going to be there in spirit and going to be there in the hearts and the minds of men. And just so you brothers know, before I was Dr. Sean, I was Freeway Rick Ross's partner. Okay. So I served 20 years in the feds. Yeah. I've been through the riots. So, when I see what's going on in these prison systems, we need to stop these things from happening. And how we do that is getting out here advocating for the brothers and sisters and talking to these legislators. And that's why I said I'm dealing with Ross correction right now. Tomorrow at my office, the governor is coming to see me to come with a solution and create a whole new investigation, because the officers have been lying, misleading, and hiding information. The beautiful thing is Ross Correctional has people inside who's been sending videos, audios, and text messages out. So it plays a significant role that we have brothers outside and inside who've been through the system who can talk about these things.
Indeed. We having a little bit of issue saying that people can't hear. Like I said, I don't know if it's a lot of people that's coming in. The signal's getting crossed. I don't know what's going on, but I can hear you, and I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
sir.
everybody else can hear you. Anthony Prince, I know that you're part of this too, along with Mr.
Yes, sir.
Stevens.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt about it.
And we wanted to get your insight on this too, you know what I'm saying? Because I know this is a big thing. I know me and OG had talked about MLK's birthday and the day that's observed. We're gonna get on that later. Because I felt like that's a topic too that we can discuss. Why is the day of his birthday celebrated on that day? And why is it observed the day after? You know what I'm saying? But we go ahead and let Mr. Prince talk. That's a question that y'all can ponder on. We'll go ahead and get to that in just a moment.
Yeah, Anthony Prince. I represent us as a people. We here. We got a non-profit, Black Men United.
We having a little technical difficulty. Right. Yeah, his mic going in and out.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You was
in one place.
Okay. We go around the world, feed the people food and get them jobs and helping the communities and just going all around the world doing what we can to be African people. And like I said, I do brand clothing line as well. We stand brothers in the and see how that we can be an asset to the cause around the world.
Right. Well, we I think it's his call dropped. He was having some technical difficulties, so we'll continue. With everybody that's on the call tonight, I know he'll come back. We'll get back to him, but I do also want to add that question. Me and OG was going back and forth, and that put something on my brain. Why is it that day, MLK Day, which we in this month, is not celebrated on the day per se? You know what I'm saying?
Now my question was this. My question was this. You know, his birthday, you know what I'm saying? His birthday really not being celebrated. It's just on every third Monday it's being celebrated instead of his birthday, his actual birthday being celebrated. That was my question. I said, why wouldn't they celebrate the man's birthday no matter what day it falls on, instead of just making it out of every third Monday each year in January? You know what I'm saying? So that's what's my question. I was trying to get a, you know, everybody celebrate my birthday born on the 25th, wherever, say my birthday born on January the 19th, my birthday fall on that 19th, that's when I'm gonna celebrate, instead of celebrating on the 17th. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, I'm asking why they do something like that.
I don't think that what they're celebrating is his birthday as much as they are celebrating his accomplishments and the things he did in his significant role. They're celebrating the man, not his birthday.
Yep.
You know, it just happens that his birthday is close to the day they chose to celebrate.
And remember who chose that day.
What was that, Uncle Selwyn?
Remember who chose that date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. See, now we get to the meat of it. Now, you know what I'm saying? What enlighten us on who chose that day. You know what I'm saying?
They don't look like us. They don't look like us.
Yeah,
Think about it, man. They didn't want to memorialize his date of birth, which it's a double-edged stone. Let's memorialize him for for the impact that he made throughout this world. But why not kill two birds with one stone and memorialize all of that on his birthday? Because They didn't want they didn't want to memorialize. It's simple. Why did they bury why didn't they bury Jimi Hendrix in Seattle instead of burying him in London? Because he comes from Seattle. Because they did not want all those people to go to his grave site and stand around every year and memorialize a black man.
Wow.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it do. It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
So
Anybody else?
one good thing about it happening on the 20th, this is the day that he was taken from us, right?
Mhm.
And I think the significant value of us coming together, letting them know his dream didn't go to the side, and we still representing, and we still coming together to this very day, 2025. Blacks are coming together, standing together in unity and solidarity. And what we're hoping to get across through the people is that we can do this. We have choices, like the brother said earlier. So my choice and my goal is to bring people together, to uplift our people, to wake our people up, because a lot of us been walking around dead. And I realize our government has not been for the people, which is us. And we shouldn't expect them to be for us. But I do expect you and others that look like us to be for us. And this is the start.
Amen. Amen. Politics weren't made for people to look like us. Politics was made to keep us enslaved, my brother.
That's right. That's what the law's put in place for.
Mm-hmm. That slave patrol is now the modern day police. They're doing the same thing that they were doing 200 years ago today. The only difference is we can slow them down now, especially from my vantage point. Darnell or Frazier had that camera, and I call it the day. Go ahead.
Here's the question. How is Native and American aligned together to even make sense? How is Native and American made us? How are you American if you Native? Okay, so this here go the bull crap right here. Go ahead.
I want to tell you this. How can you discover something that's already been discovered?
And that's why I said, how are you a Native? How are you American if you Native? So when we talk about that slave patrol and that police officers and things like that, we have to understand these folks did not have the best tracking ability in the world. The natives did. Okay. See, it was when I say it's us, and I like for us, and I use the word accountability a lot. I like to use the word accountability because sometimes we have to go back in that time frame and understand we set ourselves back a whole lot as well as these people because we accepted it. And I'm not talking about just slavery. We accepted the jobs. You know what I mean, brother? We accepted the jobs to do these kind of things. Some of the Confederate flag wouldn't have been theirs unless it was a political movement in court for them to sign it over to them. And things of these nature. We hunted each other down when we ran. That old sagging pants stuff, tight jean stuff, that stuff was all brought down from slavery, man, and the process that we helped and allowed in. That's why I say a lot of people didn't understand what old Kanye was saying when he said slavery was a choice. We accepted a lot of jobs. We guided a lot of ships over here. We believe the ships had anything to do with anything. I don't know. But I wasn't there. And I know right now in today's society, we still being bopped upside our head with these politics according to how we keep making these laws that goes against everything we say we put first, and that's God. And we need to come together and reevaluate our own positions in our life with all these platforms and just unify according to what needs to be done for our people. Like fam say, wake these people up and police ourselves according to our best and capable abilities in our citizenship, without putting people to death, risking the lives of others. And we too old to stand out there on front line with it. Okay, we ain't gonna hype them up and then bring them back down because they got people that can call for that. hype us up, and then when it's time to actually put in the work, it's kind of calm down now. We was just talking. No, we done with that. I'm gonna get up.
Hey, I wanted to let Carlos say something because Carlos didn't get a chance to say anything. Carlos Parks, you still online with us?
I'm still on. Give me 1 second. I was stuffing my face and listening to y'all.
Carlos. You didn't get caught with your mouth full, buddy.
Did I?
Fork or spoon?
Literally, I heard somebody eating, but I didn't know who it was.
It's called smacking.
Yeah, he called me at the wrong time.
It's all good.
Carlos.
It's all good, man. Hey,
I got this Mystic. This is Mystic Springs. This is a black-owned water company, right? Mystic Springs. I'm always I love the conversation. I've been listening to y'all. I like to listen. See if there's anybody that shares my views, and I see I'm surrounded by them, right? Being that we all think alike, we see things the same, it's because we have similar perspectives. I'm in North Carolina. I'm going to this march in Memphis because I feel like the struggle is the same regardless of where you at. You still my people. We still look alike. So if black people are struggling in Tennessee, I need to be in Tennessee, right? They're a little more progressive in North Carolina. We don't have the issues that they have there. We do have issues, right? We all do. Yes, sir.
Carlos, what part of North Carolina?
I'm in Greensboro. I'm from Goldsboro. I'm all over, man. I lived in Durham.
Stop. Damn it. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Carlos, don't play games with me, partner. Don't play games with me. I know you. Eastern Wayne High School. You went to Goldsboro, didn't you?
That's my cousin. You know my cousin, Carlos Parks. He was the point guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know my cousin.
I used to bust his ass back in the day. Wow.
Yeah, that's my cousin. He was a star point guard at Goldsboro High. I went to Goldsboro High after him. But yeah, that's my family.
Graduate? When did you graduate?
I was class of 92. Carlos was like 80 something. 85 maybe.
Whoa, stop. I'm tired of y'all 40-something people talking about us old folks that graduated in the 84s and 85s, man. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's wow. God bless you, brother. I'm just in Goldsboro.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too, man. Yeah, that's where my roots. And you come from Goldsboro, you got a certain type of character, man. You built a certain way because we're right beside Smithfield, home of the Klan, and so
that sign. Everybody, there's a sign on Interstate 95 that used to say, "Welcome to North Carolina, home of the Ku Klux Klan." We used to have a old Savage Yard. It's called Wayne's Auto Savage. Every Friday night after we played football, we would ride by there and see the KKK flag burning every Friday.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, man, big ups, Goldsboro in the house. I love it.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah, but so I'm a fighter, man. I'm a fighter. I grew up seeing things that I couldn't bear. I feel like if I would have been a slave, I would have been a dead one. I got too much buck in me, man.
Yeah, hey, OG just said that the other day. He was like, man, hey, this new I think it was either Strong or OG said that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go the way that it went like a long time ago.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You got 200 brothers on a place, right, and that 5 white people, we eating sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I'm having me a thigh, a breast, a head. Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But that was that mentality. They had all of us afraid because they beat the hell out of you and they controlled us by fear. Guess what, y'all? We ain't scared no more. I ain't scared.
And look, you make an excellent point, right? We're not scared anymore. So first of all, I'm going to the march on behalf of the brothers inside. So it's brothers behind the wall who making sure I make it to the march because I'm speaking on behalf of the guys who can't speak for themselves, right? Like Sean, I did time in federal prison, right? I was incarcerated for 17 years. I had 30 years, but I won my appeal. You know what I'm saying? But when I won my appeal and I went home, I left a lot of good men behind. A lot of good men with life sentences who will probably never see the streets again. So because of that, I'm reaching back, right? Sean is reaching back. It's a lot of brothers who came home who reached back, and we're trying to open the doors or make things, easier on the individuals or who are forgotten. We forget about our soldiers, man. Those men in there, they will get a life for their communities, man. Like those are strong men. They're not locked up because they're weak, right? We got to think about who we're facing, right? They want our strong men out of the way. So the first thing they do is when you turn 18, they try to get a felony on you because the felony removes the gun rights, right? At 18, as soon as I turned 18, I became a convicted felon, right? They don't want individuals like me to defend our women, to defend our children, to defend our communities. So we are convicted felons early. Then they tell us we can't be around other convicted felons. That's a violation of probation if you're around another convicted felon. How is that possible when half of my community are convicted felons? So you're saying I gotta be by myself? You got people who got family members who go home, they're convicted felons in their home. I can't be around my family. So it's a lot of things we're facing, especially these guys. One of the things, I think it was Sean and somebody else on here from Ohio. A guy that I know just recently came home, Dwayne Brooks. He did 32 years for a crime he didn't commit, a murder he didn't commit. And I want to say Cuyahoga County or something in Cleveland, right?
Yes.
Wrongful convictions, right? And that county is known for wrongful convictions. But it's not just Cleveland. It's not just Ohio that's doing this. It's happening across the United States. They are locking our people up. You see who comes home for wrongful conviction? Black men. Black men come home for wrongful conviction, exonerated by DNA. So who is pointing the finger all the time, right? It's somebody lying. And they always accept the lie, but they won't accept the truth. So I'm talking about, at this march, I'll be talking about incarceration, re-entry. I will definitely be speaking on 3 cases that I know of, 2 individuals that are incarcerated for crimes they did not commit. One is Kenneth D'Angelo Thomas. He's incarcerated for murder, which they found out that the prosecutor hid evidence. They found it 21 years later, and now they're saying he should have presented it at trial. How can I present something that you hid from me? But that's one case, right? Kenneth D'Angelo Thomas. We're working on his documentary right now. The other one is Rivera Peoples. Rivera Peoples. Both of these individuals are in Nashville, and then the one out of Memphis is Quentin Sanders. Quentin Sanders was convicted at the age of 17 for first-degree murder. He hit a police officer in a high-speed chase. So this was an accidental murder. They charged him as a juvenile, first offense ever. They charged him with first-degree murder, which it doesn't qualify as a first-degree murder because he didn't mean to do it. It has to be criminal intent in order to get a first degree. But anyway, these are the cases I'll be talking about, man. Right, I'm a real estate agent in North Carolina. Like I say, I've been home 9 years. I'm the director of communications for a television network. It's called Fifth Sun TV. We're looking for content creators, anybody that has a podcast, a short, a feature-length film, anything you have, right? Documentaries, we put them on our platform for free. Right now, we're new. It's based out of Goldsboro, North Carolina, and we're looking for content. We would love to have this podcast on our network, right? And we can broadcast live. And we can broadcast live straight to Roku. You could be on Roku right now, right?
See,
so
something about that. I mean, something about that. God working mysterious way. Cause we got flagged on YouTube for a couple of our shows, and I was looking for another place to do it at, and bam,
you got it. You got it, bro. You got it. It's all here.
Before we separate, put your name in the chat. I'd love to holler at you because I'm from Goldsboro.
Okay.
I always love to. Adrian Taylor is a buddy of mine. He advocates in Goldsboro. There's a lot of things I love to do in Goldsboro, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm back there all the time. We seen a lot of crazy stuff growing up there. There's a lot of crazy stuff that still goes on there, man. So anytime you want to collaborate and do something in Goldsboro, Greensboro, I don't mind coming home, man. I love it.
Say
man.
less.
I went to a exoneration the day. What is that? It's in May, I think. Is it May or July? September. The exoneration day. They had
Okay.
one in Cleveland. I went there. I was there at that one, and it absolutely nothing surprises me anymore. But I met some young men that got a play going in Cleveland, Ohio. Beautiful brothers. But there's like 46 people that's been exonerated in Ohio and Cleveland in the last 2 years?
It's horrible.
Guess how many of them look like Ann?
Yeah.
Two.
I was
One
just
of
gonna
them
say
was a
that.
lawyer. One of them
Miss
was a
Ann?
lawyer. Yep, one of them was a lawyer, and the other one was somebody that was in a situation with a black man. But yeah, you had 42 brothers that was wrongfully convicted. You know, and
Wow.
this is the reason why I have stepped towards the wrongful conviction, wrongly incarcerated. You know, because there's more people that get wrongfully convicted than police killing people in police brutality. Now think about that.
It's another form of hanging. So the
Yep.
same way they used to hang black men in slavery, right? They would take the strongest men and they would take them and hang them and beat them and castrate them and burn them and do all of these things in front of the rest of the slaves, right? In order to instill fear in them,
Fear.
to scare them to death. Like if you buck, this is what's going to happen to you, right? So it's the same thing with our criminal justice system. They are castrating and hanging our young black men in these courts. They give it. Rivera people
Slave
got
camp.
life. Rivera people's got life plus 100 years for a murder that his brother committed. His brother committed it, pled guilty to it, got 25 years. Rivera people's got charged with criminal, what they call it, criminal intent or criminal responsibility or something like that. I forgot what they call it. But he got this charge, which is something his brother's plea agreement said that they would not charge his brother with murder. They didn't. Rivera Peoples was not there. He was not present. He let his older brother use his vehicle. His older brother went to get two of his friends. They went and committed a robbery, killed the person in the process of the robbery. The killer, the gunman, got 25 years. Rivera got life plus 100 because he went to trial. Sean will tell you, when you go to trial, they want to make an example of you. I went to trial and got 30 years. They wanted to make an example of me. Mine was 30 to life. I still have, right now, I've been home 9 years. I still got my PSI. Sean will tell you, this is your walking papers in federal prison. If you don't have this when you hit the yard, you got a problem. This is going to let them know whether or not you're right, if you a snitch or not. I still got mine, Sean. I keep my paperwork, man. You already know. Yeah.
Sean, going on, boy.
You on mute, Sean. You on mute.
I got my papers right in the other room underneath the table. I keep them. I got convicted. I got a 20-year sentence in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Wow.
That's why I was convicted at. And when I went to trial, they put my attorney, after I was found guilty, in a mental hospital because they found out the motherfucker didn't have a license. You hear me?
And they still?
I did the 20 years.
What?
Wow.
Because I wouldn't cooperate.
This is the country we in. This is what we dealing with. But it only happens to us. It only happens to us. I learned a long time ago, you're responsible for, you teach people how to treat you.
Mm-hmm.
You teach people how to treat you. If you accept me treating you a certain way, I know I can do that to you. Yeah, you let it go. You let it slide. So you okay with it. So we got to show them that it's not okay to treat us like this. They cannot treat you a certain way.
That's why I fight so hard for my people.
Likewise.
Because if they haven't been through the struggle, they'll never understand it.
Likewise.
You have to go through it to understand it. I was in Greensboro, Raleigh, Durham, Goldsboro, Winston-Salem, High Point. I was in every major city down there.
Yeah. Like so one thing, this is one thing about this march, brother. They bring in men, man. We got men coming to this march, man. We got Ayatollah Mal, we got Melvin Farmer, we got brother Benny Lee. We got some strong men. BMF Wavy coming. We got strong men on this march, right?
That's right.
Including the men you see in front of you right now. We coming to Memphis with heat, man. We come, and when I say heat, I ain't talking about burners. I'm talking about the spirit in us, right? All of us. I love the fact that we're going there. I can't wait.
Oh, you know I can't.
Wait. I can't.
Man, I'm loading up a 15 passenger van. I'm coming.
Yeah, I can't wait. And as much as I love what Dr. Martin Luther King stands for and stood for, right? That's not me. If you hit me, I'm hitting you back, right? So that's cool. That was how they move, right? I don't move like that. So a lot of the men who I circulate with, we don't move like that. So you don't have passive men in the forefront of this. This movement is not being led by passivity, right? Because we've had too many movements in the past that were led by passivity. You got strong men coming, right? You got strong energy coming. So, tune in.
That's right, brother.
Yeah.
So it'd be safe to say that y'all don't like North Carolina no more.
Oh no, I like North Carolina.
I mean, I like North Carolina. I got my charge here. My charge is here, but I will say this: every year since I came home, I voted in every election. So that's one thing about North Carolina. You can vote as a convicted felon. You can serve on the jury. You can do all of that. You can't get a gun.
Senior Ambassador Strong, I see you jumped in there.
I went down to Hendersonville when that young man got murdered.
Somebody got some. We got a lot of
echo. Mute everybody.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback. I think Strong fix the position of your mic.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that was you.
Okay. Well, like I said, I was gonna rewind a little bit and jump back to when the brothers were speaking on slavery. Oftentimes when we think of slavery, you picture the people in shackles and you picture them being beaten and things of that nature. But the one thing I feel we fail to focus on is how they became enslaved, which were being mentally broken. When you're put in a constant state of duress, you're put in hostile situations, foreign tongues, you don't understand the language that's being spoken around you. It's just like the brother speaking about going through the prison system. This is processing and stuff. You don't have an attorney with you at all times, somebody to explain the things that they're saying, and all these different legal terms are being thrown at you and stuff like that. You blind, and it's, you're unprepared. But going back to the slavery thing is the mental chains of slavery are ever present today. We don't have chains around our ankles and necks and things of that nature that we're not putting there ourselves as jewelry. We're mentally enslaved to an idea, a self-defeating idea, ideas of division. We see each other as competition. We see each other as stumbling blocks and things of that nature. We can't understand that we're in the same struggle. We focus on the material side of things. It's so much so that if somebody from our community that we've been with every day, we see them on the news and they're accused of something, like the brother said, you got 1 to 6 months, you forgot about it. They're not talking about you no more. Something happened. You're convicted. Once they say you're guilty, you're guilty. You deserve to be where you're. It's that type of mentality that's killing us. We forget about those behind the walls. Mm-hmm. They're in there doing their time. We hope they come out reform. I hope he come out here and on the same thing he was on. And it's the hypocrisy is so real. But it's been programmed and it's being enforced by a culture that was created out of necessity almost. Like we've bought into a lot of ideas and concept about ourselves that keep us in prison. They keep us repeating these same cycles. You know, it's we're the poison is laid, but we have to ingest it. We can't support the nonsense and fight against it at the same time. You know, we can't make, okay, the music is promoting subliminal messages of hate and things of this nature and self-destructive behavior and things of that, but somebody's making it, somebody's selling it, and somebody's paying for it. Where do we intervene at? Where do we step up and say, it's my job to do this? Where do we take the accountability of properly preparing our children so they don't fall in these traps? That it's not cool to be 9 years old smoking blunts and waving pistols bigger than you are on social media. You know, it's sad the things that, because the things they put out are the things that we click on, the things that we watch. They deal with algorithms. So it's not by accident that we're viewing these things. It's because we're showing interest, hidden or openly or whatever. We have to look at the complete mental reprogramming by finding out what's wrong. And you go back to the programming to where I get you to enslave yourself. I get you to look for comfort in a situation you should have been trying to get the hell out of. I get you looking for acceptance instead of finding value in yourself.
1 second, brother Strong. Give me 1 second. Can you move me to the weight room so someone else can come in?
Hold on.
Yeah, we was gonna work on that. We working on that now. If you want to bang out, you can watch it on Facebook until you ready to come back in. You got the link. Okay, for sure. All right, so we back. Go ahead, Strong. Continue.
You know, I mean, I kind of just point to the idea, man, that we have to take accountability as the gatekeepers, front runners, and you know, the brother was speaking on us policing ourselves within our communities, and you know, this is I believe in that philosophy in the sense of starting with accountability. See, in order for the community to believe that they can be protected by us, they have to see it. The number of carjackings and drug deals and murders and things of that nature have to be eliminated or knocked back drastically. Because when you know that it's your neighbor's son that's around here terrorizing everybody, and he also in the fight, so to speak, what do? So the accountability of saying, "Hey, bro, I can't stand with you. You on that nonsense. You can't get away with it either." How many are really ready to take that stance?
Indeed, that's the ultimate question right there. That's the ultimate question right there. How many are willing?
It take a lot to say that, hey, I know I've been right here with y'all every day. And this experience, speaking from my own experience, I had one of my brothers and I had to tell him the other day it was his birthday. I had to call him and thank him because when I came home from the penitentiary, I was doing good, but I bought into the hype of how much they couldn't wait for me to come home, how they was waiting on me to get back where I was at, how the streets needed me. I bit into all the hype. And I came to him because he was looking out for me. And hey, look here, bro, I need to make this play. Oh, you know, I'd do anything for you, fam. But when he found out what the play was, he almost put me in the headlock. Are you stupid? Bro, you smarter. You shouldn't have went the first time. I wanted to kick your ass then. but it was what it was, and now you home not saying the same thing. I love you to death, bro, but I never enable you to throw your life away.
That's what's up.
Keep doing what you got to do. Quit listening to these streets. Where was everybody at while you was in there? But they was waiting on you to get home.
Right.
Let that shit go. Quit trying to play catch up. You can't get tomorrow back. Look at where you at today and move forward. The lessons of tomorrow ain't meant to be repeated and trying to be corrected. We move forward based on what we had and don't make the same mistakes again. So this is where breaking them chains of slavery come from. Stop selling the idea and allowing our children to buy the ideas of this bullshit that's being put out of who we are. Your influence shouldn't be a pimp, a thug, a goon. Those shouldn't be your role models. You know, we celebrate Dr. King. That's why I say we shouldn't celebrate the man, but what the mission was. Because there are a lot of people that will never have that recognition that was just as vital in that fight. But when we focus on the individual, we create that big I little you situation. We stay focused on the mission, it wouldn't be so hard for brothers to come together. Because it's not important how much you got or what you got. It's the fact that you're right here on the front line fighting with me. We both stand on losing the same thing. Our lives and the lives of our children, those that come after us. We the example. Ain't nobody else to blame it on. Especially if we're awake and we know that it's poison. Why do we keep indulging?
One of the reasons things is going on out here.
Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me? Because there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so one of the things that we have to address, the real OGs should not be coming home inspiring nobody to get back in the street. They should be inspiring the brothers how to create job placement and employment. One of the things that I did when I came home, I realized what was missing in these households. And I realized they didn't see the brothers that they looked up to doing something different. And how do a OG go to the young homie and say, stop doing something, and then turn around and ask them for $50? You know, one of the things that we have to address, you know, people say rehabilitation. Then people saying coming home, getting people prepared to come home. That needs to start inside. That shouldn't start when you come outside the door. And we need to have programs in place for the brothers and sisters when they come home, because only us that been through the system know what was missing. So when I come home and people ask, what do you need? I look at them and I wonder, did he really just say that? So we have to put these things in place so brothers won't have to convert back to the old lifestyle. And like the brother said, everybody comes home and your homeboys, your brothers and sisters is telling you, we've been waiting for you. Okay, so what do you have prepared for me? You know, I got my mind right and I got my thoughts right. My heart is right. And I'm ready to go forward. But I realized when I came home, my son and them wasn't ready for the change that I made. Like the brother said, they wanted us to go back to that life and involve them in that. And I tried to explain to my son that I would never want him to see him live that life. Since I've been out, my son out of Greensboro, North Carolina, has received 2 murder cases. And I used to tell my son, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. He's got 28 years now. And now he finally understands, after he's been locked up 10 years, that it was a foolish mistake. So I came out with a plan because I wanted to wake up the brothers and the sisters out here, because we got to quit chasing the material things. And I tell people, power is not money. Power is information. And we need to know how to translate that and give that to the next generation. When I go out in the communities, I go all over the world with my End the Violence thing, doing the gang summit. And I bring the founders of some of these organizations with me to explain to the youth that ain't what it was built for. And a lot of people went astray with the programs that they followed. And it's time for the leaders to come out and teach the young boys that's not what it's meant for. And when they do that, when they hear the leaders that they look up to telling them, don't do that, it's easy for you to help them, and it's easy for their parents to change them. You know, our young people are not listening to their parents anymore. They listen to people with backgrounds like ourselves. And we have to show them what our background got us. But look what we're doing now. And that's why I'm coming down into Memphis, because I need them to see Dr. Stevenson versus Little Sean. Live by example is the best teacher.
Yeah, indeed. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, let's see. Anybody else want to chime in on anything? We waiting on one more person to come on in here. Is everybody still here?
Still here.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what just happened. It got kind of awfully dead, silent, quiet there for a minute. But I guess
someone talking. He was Selwyn. Are you on mute?
I don't know. I couldn't hear nothing. I guess it was just my end, but I apologize.
No,
about that. I couldn't hear nothing.
Selwyn's talking, but I can't hear anything. I see his mouth moving.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, so we just had a little technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Did you get in contact? Did you get in contact with Mr. Hampton?
Yeah, Chairman sent me a message. He said he was trying to tap in, and there were too many people. It was overloaded, so I think he's trying to tap in now. He might be having some technical difficulties. So, because I told him what you said, 7 o'clock, he could tap in. So I think I tried to reach him a couple times. He should be trying to jump in now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on.
Okay. Well, I know some people left, so he could come on in.
Because you have a limit on 10. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the limit is 10. Yes, ma'am.
I know I put in there for some numbers. I know I didn't see.
Yeah, we try to give everybody an opportunity to get in and, say what they need to say. But hey, we got a podcast, going on again Sunday. So everybody don't get a chance to get in this Sunday. We'll be able to get in next Sunday.
We got Jada X on here.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, Miss Jada X. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
I am well. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings. So we had everybody over the world trying to get in, not in this space. But look, they're trying to get in on Facebook. They're trying to get in through the computer. We were just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. So how are y'all? So look, before for real, how did they get on? How did they get to listen through Facebook or either online?
I'm gonna post the link in the private chat, and then you can share that link. So we on live. It's on my radio page and my personal page.
Okay.
So that way they can go, stream it while we still online.
That sounds good.
It's in so you can check the private chat.
Say that again.
Hey, Miss Jada X, what's happening?
Oh, it's all good. I'm really glad and excited to be here. I'm glad I got to wait at the door until somebody
gotta kick it in. Wait, I shouldn't be saying this. You have to kick it in by the lock. You can't kick it in the middle. You got to kick that thing in by the lock.
All right, I'm gonna remember that next time. All right, let me get to the chat.
Damn, how do you know that? Hey, man.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna put this. So you're gonna have to go to WhatsApp to pull it.
You go to Facebook.
No, you go to Facebook and
You go to Facebook. I put the link in the private chat for you, and then you can just copy that and then go from there. And then you can also share it to everybody else.
Jada X, I can share possibly if I've got you, I can share on I can share it to you.
Okay, I dropped it. I was actually telling the person on the phone that I was dropping the link in WhatsApp so he could go pull it from WhatsApp to then go to Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Around the world.
Spread the
I
word.
really
Spread the word. We glad to have you on the show. I know we were doing a little talking about MLK Day and you know, George Floyd and the situation with that. And we also covered a lot more other things. And I see you a statewide organizer for Free Hearts. So let's get into that. Let's talk about that, Ms. Jada. Let us know about you and what.
All right. So I currently am a statewide organizer with Free Hearts. We are an organization led by formerly incarcerated and justice impacted women. We've got some men on our team, of course, as well. We primarily work to reunite families and strengthen communities. We do a lot of work inside. We go inside the prisons. We do work either teaching parenting classes. We do art therapy. And honestly, we're doing that as we're building our inside organizers. So we're strengthening our sisters and brothers on the inside so that they can, one, kind of engage civically on the inside, but also connect us with their families so that we can get them involved in the fight for freedom, justice, and equality for them on the outside. We do a lot of legislative reform. We're working right now diligently. Tennessee has almost 500,000 people who are disenfranchised. They're working, paying taxes, but they cannot vote. And so we need them to have that opportunity to really participate in the democratic process. And so we've got legislation, we've got a lawsuit against the state. So it's a lot going on in that space. We also work, we do, what really brought me into this space is my son. He was actually arrested in 2018 with some really serious charges. And so I found out about the organization and found out about an arm of the organization called Participatory Defense. And so with that piece, we help people participate in their legal defense. I came from corporate America, and then I moved into the social justice nonprofit space, but I really found my people. This is the space I'm supposed to be in. And so just really fighting for my son's freedom, the best outcome that he could possibly get on his case, it led me into this work. And so in this work, I've had a chance to really work with individuals who are facing life, who are already incarcerated. I want to lift up a couple of names, Quentin Sanders. I want to lift up Terry Smith. I want to lift up Marcus Pearson. I'm going to lift up just several people that we're working with. And we do work with the families. We help them participate in their defense. Let's say they just don't know what to say to their attorney. They don't know how to look at or read their discovery. They need people to show up for them in court. You know, they need us to show that the community is behind them. We need to, you know, really try to change the landscape of what the criminal legal system looks like. And so we go in and we provide that level of support. We also provide direct services to folks who are coming home from incarceration. We're working with a couple of organizations to open some transition homes here in Memphis. That's the big picture of work that we do. We want to end felony murder, you know, change that, you know, folks being charged for murders that they didn't actually, they're the culpable party. We want that change. We want to change the life sentence in Tennessee. So it's a lot that we're working on to get done, just really across the state. I know y'all talk a little bit about the 19th and the 20th that's coming up in Memphis. So I'm going to wait and pause and see if y'all want to jump in, because I can just keep talking. And then let me know if you want me to share anything else.
Okay.
I need to go. I'm going to have to get down to Tennessee. You know, I don't know if my schedule is going to let me, but I'm hearing a lot of beautiful things from a lot of beautiful people that I think I could help enhance. So Jada X, put your stuff in that chat. Ann will get it from you, because we'd love to have I definitely would love to have a conversation with you.
Absolutely.
And we definitely.
Oh, gee, I need to get me a gold grill now. I feel lumpy.
We definitely appreciate Miss Ann for coming in, you know, and bridging the gap. As Ambassador Strong says on the show, you know, that's what we're here for. We're here to bridge the gap. We're here to connect the dots. I mean, any way possible that we can, you know, say as being part of the big we want this community together. You know what I'm saying? This is for everybody, you know, and we have the people who started it right here. So in doubt, you can ask these guys, they're gonna give it to you straight from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Straight from OG, I see you looking up. Hey, you gonna tell it like it is, like a TIT is. Ambassador Strong.
I don't know about the OG Capone. I don't know about the OG Capone dude, man. I really don't, man. He got his 1970 little disco lights going in the back there, man. Having a good old time. For the good time.
Right. Well, I know I'll get to see his face and be in his space and presence this upcoming weekend. Anyone else on here with us going to be joining?
Well,
where y'all at?
We'll be in Memphis.
Okay,
Memphis?
yeah.
Okay. What day?
How y'all doing?
We're looking at our schedule on that, Uncle Selwyn and I.
We're filming a documentary. So there, people got to hear stories. Just my whole drive is to have people's voices heard that wasn't my nephew. I cannot bring George back. There's nothing you can change in the rearview mirror, but you have to look back from time to time to make sure those same mistakes aren't made. But I want all of those names that we don't hear, that we've never heard. You know, Mona Harding's son, they got ran to a creek, Tyrese Nichols, we haven't heard about him. You know, that was a bad deal down there because none of those guys got life sentences, and they all should have got life sentences. And the biggest problem with me is the guy that initiated all of that was the Caucasian guy. He didn't get charged. He's working at a county over, and he started all of this. All he had to do was give him a ticket and let him go. I said on CNN, the master called the slaves in to do his dirty work.
Yeah.
And you think about it. This dude ruined a young man's complete life, and he let 7, 8 other people ruin their life because of stupidity. And all he had to do was give him a ticket or send him on down the road. But yet people have lost their lives, their families, and all these other things. But one thing that they don't lose, which I'm going to try to get rid of that, is their pensions. If you harmed somebody, if you get convicted and you have to go to jail for harming somebody, why should you be rewarded? Derek Chauvin, he'll have $1.7 million when he come out of prison. Think about that. He'll have $1.7 million. Don't you think if they knew that would be taken away, they would slow down on doing this shit? And think about it. If Derek Chauvin ever thought that he would be arrested and he would be incarcerated, do you think he would have ever touched my nephew? Okay. Absolutely not. So the system has told them they can do what they want, when they want, how they want, and it's okay. But as of May the 26th, 2020, when everybody found out, we changed that way. So, so we're still fighting. We're never going to stop. We have a medical civil rights bill that we're trying to put in play because there's not anything that allows for medical assistance in contact with police. So Tyrese Nichols, they let you bleed out. Eric Gardner, they choked the hell out of my nephew, 9 minutes and 29 seconds. This new bill that we're pushing, once somebody says, I can't breathe or my back hurt or you're hurting me, they have to stop, subdue them, and give them a medical assistance. How many people that have been incarcerated that have died because of bad health practices in prisons or jails? But yet they take them to the hospital, and when they die at the hospital, that doesn't go in the prison. So those numbers are so distorted, how many incarceral deaths they are. So I'm just telling you, y'all, my fight is the biggest fight in the world, because how can we let all of these things happen?
Right.
Just sit on our hands and not do nothing.
Absolutely.
So when I meet people like yourself, dear, I gotta say, hey, girl, we need to go eat a catfish dinner so we can talk about this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was about to ask, are you in communication with anyone who's been working behind the scenes, in front of the scenes regarding Tyre Nichols' death?
You know, I know his mom, Gwen Carr is my connection. You know, me and Miss Gwen, we did a lot of things. We spoke at Harvard, you know. So if I need to know anything, dear, unfortunately, I know everybody that has been put in a bad situation. And, you know, I want to see how it plays out.
Absolutely.
I want to see how it plays out because a lot of things don't play out the way we want them to. The Goon Squad, that man that we have that's going to get sworn in here in a couple of days is probably going to turn them out. I've even heard he's going to turn Chauvin out. He's going to turn a lot of the people that created that melee on January 6th. He's going to let them go. So we've got to retool in a whole new different way. We've got to fight in a whole new different way, you know, because the next 4 years, it's going to be a little challenging. But guess what? That don't stop warriors.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it doesn't. Yeah, we're thinking and talking about that in the nonprofit space in their world because we're hearing a lot of rumbling, you know, that one, that they'll be coming after nonprofits, right? Trying to do away with them. So we're just going to keep our ears to the ground and 10 toes down. And like you said, we don't stop. We'll just shift.
Won't stop.
We'll shift and we'll keep doing the work.
365. And
absolutely.
Oh, I forgot. I've got Ann. Ann is silent but deadly. Ann is my new vice president of Justice 929 that we just created. You know, so we're moving, Mama. We're gonna move. We're gonna stay around all of y'all beautiful individuals. Like I said, we got to have your contact. So if there's anything Uncle Selwyn can do, I'm here. I'm there. You know, I don't mind spread it thin. I've been spread it thin for the last 5 years. I've been to over 50 funerals. I will show up. I will show up because I just think that is just my right to give somebody that doesn't have a voice. Because a lot of times all people need to know is somebody care. It was the biggest when I went to that wrongfully convicted day, eviction day. And I went there to Cleveland, Ohio, y'all, and that just gave me another level, another gear to go in. Seeing all those brothers, 10, 15, 20 years, and that's death with inside a cage. Because that strips all of your freedom. That strips everything from a human being. You know, you have to wake up at 6. You have to listen to the 14th Amendment. Basically tells you that you are a slave. Why? Absolutely. So they can pay you 40 cents a day so you can work for a man's job where you get paid $18, $20 an hour, but somebody pays you 40 cents a day. If that ain't modern day slavery, you tell me what is it?
That's exactly what it is. And then to come home and not even be able to go and perform that same job because you've got a conviction on your record.
Right.
Right. That is crazy to me.
That's crazy as hell, dog. For you to work, literally, if they think about this, every job that an inmate carries in a federal prison, in a state prison, that's money that they don't have to pay that CO. But yet, they still get paid those original wages through the state and the federal government. So we broke it down to the average inmate would probably give a facility with what the money the federal government gives them, damn near $4,000 a month. Think about that. Think about that. They benefit now. They benefit $30,000-$40,000 a year off of your incarceration. So now you see why they don't want to let people out. Now you see why they want a mass incarceration because they got to keep the machine going. Hell, if we could come up with $200 million, we could all be billionaires in top 5 years. True. I would not want to afflict that on my people or anybody.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I know it got a little quiet, you know what I'm saying? Senior Ambassador Strong, OG, y'all still with me? Oh, y'all
I'm in here, brother. I was just listening. You know, I run my mouth a lot. I just fall back.
Well, hey, you already know I'm in here. You know, I'm in the house. You know, like you know, I think she coming to the Memphis Mars thing too. So my Luther King Day in Memphis too. So she gonna be there as well. You know, so it's a lot of people that gonna be there. So we're gonna try to get majority of them back on the show Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Day before that. You know what I'm saying? Try to get all the ones that participating in that march on the show. You know, I think that'll be a good setup for this Sunday coming up. You know, if that's what they want to do.
So I think Sunday, that's the 19th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll be getting together that night around 6. Actually, we're gonna have a meet and greet, and just bringing the OGs together to sit down and chop it up and strategize, and you know, try to do some thought partnering on what's been happening and some differences that are being made across the country, and try to see how we can implement and bring those into the space here in Memphis. So that's the plan for that night. So that'll be Sunday at 6. Now,
Oh yeah, okay. I hate to do this. Jada X, do you know who 8 Ball is?
8 Ball MJG.
Yep.
OG Capone. OG Capone.
OG on that one.
Yeah, look at you. I love it.
8 Ball LJG, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was telling OG Capone that I have a friend named 8 Ball, and he lives in Memphis. He's like, "Who the heck is that? I ain't never heard of no 8 Ball. What is that on who the hell is that? 8 Ball? No, somebody called himself 8 Ball. That's like, is that a cousin?
We're not gonna let you live that down, OG Capone.
Never.
No, hey, I thought he was talking about somebody else. I thought he was talking about somebody else.
You stuck on
No,
that
we
one.
weren't talking like that. No, 8 Ball, MJG.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you. We're gonna have to get you. OG.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you forget it.
I know a lot of people in Memphis. From Zach, I know Zach Randolph, but you know, I used to stay in Memphis for years. You know what I'm saying? So I know people.
It's okay.
I used to stay in on Millbreast. I used to stay in King Gate.
Okay, Whitehaven area.
Yeah, right. You know, I used to work with Mr. Eric. We started the Red Door Mission down there.
You know Eric's gonna be at the event.
Yeah, I started with him. Yeah, I tell you.
Okay. Yeah, my brother does work with Eric. Joseph Cox. He's with Youth of Westwood. He does some work with Eric right now.
Yeah, I have started Red Door Mission. I helped put it together with the first one with doing them in King Gates apartments.
Yeah,
What's
you
that?
on point. You on point. You got your receipts. Yeah, you've been in Memphis.
So
yeah.
So let me I don't want to stop y'all. We having fun. It's been a great show. We still got about 30 more minutes to chop it up, but I definitely wanted to cover everything about the march and get the dates out there, get the place, get the time. So the people that's tuned in, we got a few people watching. So let them know so they can participate. This live will be shown after the fact too, so they can all go back and watch the show again and get the information leading up to the time. So, Miss Jada, I know you're gonna be at the march. Just if y'all want to put that out there for everybody, let everybody know what's going on.
I will. So on Sunday, the 19th of January, we'll be meeting up in Memphis, Tennessee. 401 Poplar, which is the location address of our prison in the city. It's also near a location auction block where generally the marches kind of start out. We're going to start in that space. We're going to allow several folks to have a few minutes to speak on what's near and dear to their hearts, why we're assembling, why community unity is important. I hope to have an opportunity to speak. You probably see this beautiful painting behind me, actually painted by a brother who was incarcerated. He does artwork. He is a phenomenal artist. And so I'm gonna speak a little bit about his work and his contribution to the activist community from the inside. We'll have other folks that'll speak as well. Then we're going to leave that location and head on down, and stepping back, his name is Marcus Excel. So look at that art, remember that name, and reach out to him if you want to purchase anything. We'll march on down to the Civil Rights Museum. We'll have an opportunity to join in with many, many more people from the city of Memphis. That's the general location of where we meet each year. That's where Martin Luther King was murdered, in the Lorraine Motel, right near the Civil Rights Museum, where we'll be marching to. We'll have a chance to do a little talking there, and then we're going to take the entire group further on to actually the location where the sanitation workers actually met before they called Martin Luther King into the city. And that's at the African American Museum. It's owned by Dr. Carnita Atwater. And so we're going to move over to that location. We'll have all of the details, address, location, all of that information can be found on Keidron Franklin's Facebook page. That's Keidron Franklin. You can look me up as well. I'm sure I'll have it shared. I'm Jada X Lattimore on Facebook. I want to make sure you Lattimore, Lattimore. We'll have all those specific addresses, locations, times available. But we will start out on the 19th. Folks are going to start coming into town. Our OGs and folks in the city going to get together and just, like I said, chop it up. We're going to start out at the, we'll probably start out there at the African American Museum. We may have a different location. So we're just kind of going between the two. But we'll have that specific information made available really soon. Around 6 o'clock, we do know the time. We're going to sit down, talk, strategize, talk about the next day when the march actually happens. We'll meet probably from 6 p.m. until whenever we stop. We're going to meet up again, like I said, on the 20th, which would be the actual day of the march, which is on Monday. And we'll start about 9. But we'll get all the intimate details, specific details out. Keidron Franklin on Facebook, or Jada X Lattimore on Facebook.
And how do you spell the Lattimore?
Lattimore.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, got you.
We appreciate them. I'm talking about she laid that out like some bread on butter. Baby. Hot butter on some bread, on some toast. She laid that out there. Like,
oh no, don't talk about no hot butter on no bread, man. Don't make me bring that Goldsboro back out.
Nah, don't do it.
I sent you a friend request in case you, because I must have been following you already, but I did. Yeah, so I did send you a friend request just right now.
All right, I got you. And I'm also a member of the Nation of Islam Mosque 55. For those of you who are viewing in, come out and join us also as we convene every week on Sunday at 10 a.m. We want to, get back out in our community and really just try to turn some things around, be a support to the organizations and also to our people. We're learning we got to love our people way more than they hate themselves, and so that's what we're seeking to do.
That's right on.
I love it. I love that statement.
That's right. So, with that being said, I mean, we got everything right here. We got everything. Another Solution Radio. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, I know one thing. I know when people come over here, they get fed. When they leave here, you fool. You know what I'm saying? And I love that every person that came on this show, I've had good reviews. I've heard good reviews. You get fed spiritually, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. I love it. I just wanted to say that and state that. I seen Ambassador Carl wanted to come in and jump in.
Which one?
Yeah. Nah, I'm just making sure I can be heard.
Oh yeah,
my mic be acting crazy sometimes, so I just be trying to see. I just want to say, man, I appreciate being here, man, listening to all the insight. I had jumped out to try to get the brother Fred Hampton in. And I just want to appreciate y'all, man, and let y'all know, man, that anything the Big We can contribute to, as well as what we on the same goals and insights of what needs to be done for our communities, man, and for them brothers inside and out, because the Big We do have the Big We inside. You know what I mean? It's in Illinois, and it's in Georgia, and a few other penitentiary systems that's adopting the Big We curriculum. Look forward to more books coming out from the Big We, the founders, and things that being done by the directors of operations and the ambassadors. And we're looking forward to bringing more junior ambassadors, man. That's our goal right now, is to try to bridge this gap with this youth. Us as adults know what to do. Us as trendsetters or people that follow trends that had something to do with picking up the ball and picking up the message and putting God in our lives and things like that. Those who believe in it, we know what to do. Right now, it's the youth. We're the Young Neighborhood Watch Club now. You know what I mean? It's time for us to re-educate these values that we need to put in these morals and standards that we stand on upon our communities. And it's time to bring it back, man. The rebirth of it all, man. And we that generation that need to put forth the effort and make a diligent effort into making a change and being these changes we need to see, man. I'm going to pass the mic, man. I appreciate you, Eagle, for putting me in the game. As usual, it's always a blessing to be here with y'all.
Do y'all remember? This is a good one. Do we all remember when our uncles and aunts used to come around and we used to say, "Damn, you old"? Yeah, JDX know that. JDX remember that.
I didn't want to get my head knocked off my shoulder, so
Right.
Remember that?
You on that island by yourself, because I got aunties that they rich bad.
Yep. Bam.
And they
Guess
slaps a
what?
little different than mamas.
Guess what?
Yeah, you get certain stuff you didn't say.
Yeah, that's what people are saying about us now. So we have to be the ones. We have to be the ones.
Most definitely. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings once again, everybody. To the community. You know, you see these organizations and you see these groups within your community doing the work. They're fighting for you, but things would progress a lot quicker if they could fight with you. Come outside and stand with them. These are your issues that are being dealt with. Without your voice, once again, you have people making decisions for you. You have to be heard in order for your needs to be met. There's a saying that a closed mouth don't get fed. Not only speak up, but stand up. You can't sit at home and watch people outside fighting for you and complain if victory is not there. Do your part. Contribute to your own elevation. That's the power of we. It can't be done for you, but it can be done with you. You have to have enough why inside of you not to want to stay in your current condition. Your current condition is not your permanent condition as long as you choose not to allow it to be. The choice is yours. We strive and push accountability, dealing with your responsibilities, ensuring that your obligation meets your affiliations, ensuring that you stand for something and don't fall for anything. If you have a voice, let it be heard. But remember that your action will always speak louder than your words. Never be afraid to stand up for what's right. Because if you allow it to get away once, it's a snowball. It's all of our responsibility. Everybody's not going to be able to contribute the same amount. What matters is that they contribute. Don't judge those that do more. Don't judge those that appear to do less. You don't know anybody's current situation. You know, we say you got to know where you come from to know where you're going. Remember where you at right now today. That feeling that you don't like. Those things that you hate to see. That's where you currently are. Then think about where you're trying to be and make a plan. Don't blindly follow anybody. Investigate. Know the politics, the who, what, when, where, why, and most importantly, how. Don't tie yourself together with anybody that's doing corrupt deeds to fund a righteous movement. It won't work. Get involved. Know the politics. This is your life, your situation.
Practicing skills. You know, ask questions, just like you said.
That's it. But that's it. I'm gonna pass it, man. I just want to encourage everybody to do your share. Let's get these fires started. Stand up, do your share. No amount is too little. What you bring to the table is significant. Every puzzle piece counts to complete the picture, even the dark edges.
Right.
Peace, blessings, and love on it.
Right on.
Blessings. Ambassador Strong always gives us a strong message. Him and Ambassador Carr, they always leave us with some food to eat. You know what I'm saying? There's always some leftovers. And I love the fact that they leave the leftovers because folks still be hungry, even if it's just a crumb, still feeding somebody. And that's what we strive on at the Solution Radio with the Big We and with other organizations we work with. We strive to be the best person that we can be to the community. And also to ourselves. We have, like you said, we have responsibility to ourselves and to our community. So, you know what I'm saying? I do a segment at the end where we give our shots out. You know, so I know we about an hour 45 in, so we close out. We'll start with Mr. Jones. We'll go ahead and get your shots out. No, shots
always do right by yourself. Don't give a damn what nobody else thinks or says. You always do right by yourself. Uncle Selwyn, 929.org, Facebook, Instagram. We got a podcast, Setting It Straight with Selwyn. We're going to have a reality show. I will go. I will fly. I will drive to be where I need to be to affect people's lives. I have nothing else to do. I can't get another job. I don't want to do anything else but take what I was given on May the 25th, 2020, with the death of my nephew, that platform that I was given to make a difference or impact in this world. That's all I want to do. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. So, with that being said, Uncle Selwyn is out.
Boom, boom, just like that. Miss Jada, you want to give any shots out while thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, I apologize. I didn't even get to give you all the greeting when I first came on of peace and blessings. Greetings and assalamu alaikum. I want to thank you for having me on. I appreciate Brother Capone asking me to come and share in this space with you all. I thank you so much for the privilege. Definitely want to lift up Free Hearts, Tennessee. Again, statewide, we work with individuals impacted by incarceration. You can look us up, freeheartsorg.com, freeheartsorg.com. And we can definitely give you more information. I'd love to be back on the show. Just wonderful, again, being in your space, in your presence. Just praying that we have more people to come and join us in this fight for freedom, justice, and equality to liberate our people who are inside and who are not inside. So just want to lift that up and definitely lift up those who are inside. We've got a lot of strong organizers and appreciate them, their love and their support. And there's a lot of them who are working hard for their freedom. And so we want to continue to stand alongside of them and thank you all for all of the work that you do. All of the work that you do to lift up our voices and lift up the voices of those in our communities. So thank you so much.
Indeed. Miss Ann, I'm gonna get the OG because OG sees he read it. But Miss Ann, you go ahead. I know you sitting there listening. You're gonna give your shout out.
I've been quiet, but thank you for having me. Shout out, peace and blessings to everybody. I'm just in the fight to shine a light, be a beacon to bridge the gap for the people that don't think shit's happening when it's really happening. Be out there to promote, social justice, change, everything.
most definitely. Indeed.
Short.
OG Capone.
Man, I don't have that much to say. I just, I just hate we couldn't get everybody on time, on the show at the time, but we would try to do a Saturday show, to get everybody on the march, what I'm saying, that's gonna happen in Memphis, the Unity March, Peace March. I think that's a good thing. I like to be part of it. I'm gonna try to be there. I'm debating right now. So with that, I like to, thank everybody for coming on and sharing it. We able to get a lot of stuff collected, what I'm saying? Like Jada X said, the free hard or, tap into that. Then you got Uncle Sailor, what I'm saying, Annie. Y'all we have, tap into everybody's stuff, man, and try to look out for one another, man. And let's keep it moving.
You made me unmute myself, damn it. What'd you say my name was again?
Huh?
What'd you say my name was again?
Uncle Sailor.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm done with him.
That's why I said Mr. Jones, because I'm in the safe ground. See,
Mr. Jones.
I ain't even go back over there. Hey, he said stay off his grass. I stayed off his grass. That man said stay off his grass. Don't get on that man's grass.
I'm gonna stay off of it because I don't want no problem.
Most definitely. Well, we appreciate everybody for coming on. As always, this is the Solution Radio Podcast powered by Eagle Flight Radio Network, the Big We, and other organizations that's involved. We appreciate everybody coming on. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to all the guests. Thanks to all the people that work behind the scenes. Lady Red Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to that. Shouts out to Artisan Global Empire, Eagle Flight Empire, all the artists, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got to, just give a shouts out. And most of all, shouts out to God for bringing us all together. If it wasn't for him, we would not be able to be together. So he get all of it. You know what I'm saying?
All praise to the Most High.
That's right.
He get the most. So with that being said, tune in next week when we're going to be right here.
Right on.
Peace.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
Asylum.
I will be getting into Jada.
Yeah, we'll get into him. Hey, it's been real.
And Uncle and Big Uncle. Uncle John.
Uncle John, there you go. Uncle Jay in the building. Hey, but
man, let me get out this thing, man.
Yeah,
y'all crazy.
Man. We gone, man. Y'all enjoy yourselves, man. Have a blessed day. It is what it is. Peace.
This your boy T-Pole. This the new Solution Radio Podcast Show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up. This your boy T-Pole. This the new Solution Radio Podcast Show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up.